Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the Nova Hellscape. Hope you guys are doing good. We took a couple of weeks off, and now we are back. So I'm just going to go ahead, let my crew know that I am unmuting. Hopefully I don't have any crazy music playing. I don't. Excellent. All right. Here we go. It's time. Hello, everyone. Hello. How you guys doing?
Hey.
How y'all been?
The usual.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
Oh, I know.
If
You don't know me.
I leave midway during the session, it's because a tornado is headed directly for my house right now.
Finally, the hex worked.
I am directly in the way of this tornado that is near me. So if I leave suddenly, it's because the tornado sirens are going off. I gotta go in my basement.
You gotta go evacuate. No, I got you.
I gotta go get my basement.
Yeah,
I will get on my phone and play in my basement.
Oh, I mean, okay. Jesus Christ. Good Lord. Well, I mean, yeah, take care of yourself first, obviously. You know, make sure you're not doing anything too
I just want
risky.
you to know that if I leave, it's like, it's not because I hate you. It's only partially because I hate you, but also I'm going to die.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. So,
Well,
like,
if you hate me, should I be worried?
No, my anger doesn't last for very long.
No, I'm worried about the tornado.
No, I won't be a big impact. Don't worry.
Okay. Sounds good.
I was about to say, do you have a do you have an ETA on impact for that tornado?
It's moving pretty fast, and it's like a county over from me. So, like, at minimum 25 minutes, at most an hour.
Oh, cool. So we can do a recap before the tornado hits.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. That works for
Currently,
me.
I see no wind, but dark clouds are slowly approaching. That's a
I
little
mean,
terrifying.
that is the sign of an impending tornado coming. You know, we have that in Florida when you know it gets really stormy. And then it stops getting stormy in a nice clear sky. That's the eye of the storm. That's literally the most dangerous part of the storm because that means you're about to get fucked. So yeah, I don't know how tornadoes work or if it's the same way, but
I live in Tornado Alley.
epic. So you're like,
Why would you do that?
just like in general?
That doesn't seem very
you know.
smart, SummersSalt.
Yeah, you know.
Let me do this. I am currently in mid-move with a new computer, so I apologize if the setting ups of the game is a little slower than I usually am today.
How's the move going?
It's going. I finally signed the lease today, and I'm gonna be moving tech Wednesday, and then I'm gonna move everything else Thursday. So it was just fun just to be like, hey, do I have this place? And they're like, oh, we'll give you the lease when it's closer. And I'm just like looking at my watch like, yo, it's like they're like, yeah, it'll be like closer though. Then I'm like, hello. So yeah, it's been a process. So hopefully things will
Kind of quirky.
Yeah, kind of quirky. So hopefully things will kind of settle and calm down a little bit. So I'm just dropping some NPCs, and then we're gonna go talk about what happened because it's been a couple of weeks since we played.
Yeah. Well, you better be ready because me, Ster, and Surefour we ventured out to an island and conspired in real life and came up with a plan for the rest of the campaign. Oh yeah.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Yo, that's awesome.
It's all lies.
Looks down.
Unless, I mean, maybe he talked to Surefour. No one really talked to me. I got left in the closet. It was awkward.
What?
Yeah, we shoved him in a closet with his wife and just locked it.
And
It was an interesting weekend.
And then you were just like, make out, dummies. And they're like,
No, they don't.
I'd
make
let
out.
her out, and then I stayed in.
and then you stayed in.
He hasn't come out yet.
He's still in there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. See, that's what I I fully fucking believed it too. So, all right, I'm just scattering NPCs, generating terrain, and then we will be good to go. How was your vacation though? How'd your vacay go last week, or I guess 2 weeks ago? It's been now.
It was good.
Awesome. It was very fun.
Surefour, I remember you talking about how you wanted to rebrand as D's.
My name's D's.
I'm just saying.
Not stop saying that all week.
D's is a free name. It's a free partner name on Twitch. You can get it. Just rebrand completely to D's.
My name's D's.
I like it. I'm okay. Oh my gosh, awful. All right, just let me reticulate these spines. Almost there. Nope, that's not.
We got to ride around in the dark of midnight, listening to hyper pop in the
Degen rap.
Degen rap.
Ooh.
You haven't experienced life until you're driving down the highway at 12 a.m. at night, listening to Degen rap with bass at max volume.
It was fun.
How many of you actually got sick from that trip, though? I remember hearing like 3 or 4 of you got like deathly sick from it.
I got very sick.
Oh no.
I don't get sick.
But that's
I have
probably
immunities.
because I was kissing Arcadum on the mouth.
Oh no. Oh.
Why is that
Why is that your reaction? Like, be happy for him.
No,
The fuck?
Wait, what?
I don't know if Ster got sick.
Wait, what? The fact that you kissed someone and got sick? That's my reaction.
No, you're reacting to the hookup, not them getting sick.
No,
Dude, I'm happy he had the hookup. That means I got a chance with his girl now.
I was
No!
I was reacting to the getting sick part. I was not reacting to the hookup.
I'm calling your girlfriend right now. Where is she?
Please, no.
Yeah, love whoever the fuck you want. I mean, kiss up on whoever, as long as both are down to clown, you know?
Dude, I'm about to kiss this tornado for my birthday.
Oh no.
I hope it runs through here. That'd be the best birthday gift I could ask for.
Happy 13th birthday, Summer.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Oh wait, what? Today your birthday?
Yeah.
It's tomorrow, but I've been celebrating today because I'm gonna be busy as fuck tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
She turned 13. She's finally double digits.
Oh my god. Wait, that's not how that wait, what?
Happy birthday. Okay. All right then. So let's do a little recap, shall we?
Yes, please.
Hold on.
We're going to Horny Town.
You are going to Horny Town, to the Order of the Horn, specifically. Or, well, you haven't been invited yet, but you believe you have been from the Guardian of the Horn that you used suggestion on. So we're gonna go ahead. Watch me do this. Yeah, last week you also fought off against a fearsome fungus. Doing very well against that. Loot roll-wise, not so well.
Failed on
Actually
all
got
of it.
owned on loot.
Yeah.
Sad.
Got pretty owned, which, you know, funny, I suppose. I will be, I'm gonna be reworking the loot system a little bit to make it more rewarding and less punishing, you know, where it feels like it doesn't feel like you're being punished. Right now, the general mouthfeel of loot, it just feels like punishment, you know, when you don't get the loot that you want. So now the general idea is every time you roll for a piece of loot and don't get it, instead you get sort of like a currency, like materials off the creature itself. So once you get a certain amount of materials, aka, you know, you can then use those materials to create magical items specifically from that creature. So you could still, so if there's a piece of loot you don't get or want, you know, there's a piece of loot you want, and then you just roll shit on everything, you could be like, all right, we're gonna turn all those materials into that piece of loot. But then you could also exchange materials for things like potions, one-use items, kind of like a universal, like, you know, bags of holding, stuff like that, things that you could then exchange into other pieces of magical items in case there were like loot there. So everything's being reworked. All in all, the main thing I want is everyone to have fun and enjoy themselves and not feel like they're getting screwed because bad loot rolls, you know? All bad
50
loot.
DKP minus.
Exactly.
We split up the loot last time, right?
How do you split up one piece of loot?
No, we got this
Summer.
last time. No, we got the 3 things.
You got 3 things.
You got a quarter of a ring each.
Yeah, everything's a work in progress, but all in all, bottom line is want everyone to have fun. So, sorry if I am also a little out of it today, because again, move, stress. But I did not want to cancel another session. I wanted to make sure I was DMing you guys. But if I sound a little drained or just a little tired, my apologies. I am trying to push through it though, so we can have ourselves a good session. All right. So, brief recap of everything that has happened thus far, since it's been a few sessions. I've sent you all over to the void for the time being, while we go ahead and do a brief recap of everything that's happened. You have arrived over, just as a brief story synopsis, you guys have arrived over into a sort of like this strange, like, walled around settlement in the middle of the wastelands in a desperate search for food. Inquiring with the locals that are outside, since the wall itself is fortified, not permitting anyone entry. You managed to speak with one of the guardians, a fellow Mammorath. After conversing with them, the Mammorath suggesting maybe a sort of fated fight due to a lack of entertainment, a lack of just energy coming from them. You had one of your party members, I believe it was Deborah, cast suggestion to say, nah, skip all that. I'd like to go ahead and go inside. The Horned Guardian, the Mammorath, agreed and said that they would speak with his elder to see if he could permit you access from within inside the walls. After that, meanwhile, since he had to wait a couple of days anyways, you decided to talk to the locals a little bit. You found an Astari who seemed to be a little reserved in itself. After communicating with the Astari a little bit and making note that of a civilization that is supposed to be starving, there seems to be the Astari, which seem to be a little more fed than the Auroran subsection of the race of this sort of outside the settlement camp village, seem to be a little more well-fed. After some persuasion and conversation, the Astari guided you over into an underground sort of like settlement in itself, which was supposed to house another food source. Along your travels beneath the caverns, you encountered a fierce creature known as a Light Eater. That seems to be some sort of being that was affected by an otherworldly force known as the Black Star. Also, what Geth came from, being a Kindled, being the race of the Kindled. After going to the depths of the cave, you ended up in this underground settlement, where you spoke with the Elder. The Elder himself wished to start his own civilization because he has created and found his own food source, specifically that of a fungus variety, mixing the cavern like springs and water, like the little bit of water sources that seem to be underground, mixing it with this mushroom source, this fungus that grew in the walls. He believed he'd be able to feed his people and anyone else that wished to join his order, specifically the Order of the Memory. He believed he can form a society that, instead of being a society of servitude, it is more a society of contribution, where everyone would contribute in some ways, but everyone would have a choice. Unlike the Order of the Horn, the settlement behind the wall, in which everyone has to serve, everyone has to like farm, gather materials, gather food, all those things to ensure survival of the people. After more of a conversation of like, hey, why don't you join our order? We'll make sure you're well fed. and correct me if I'm wrong, Deborah had the idea of, instead of joining one side, whether it be the Order of the Horn or the Order of the Memory, screw everybody. You guys are in it for yourselves. You're natural-born survivors. You're meant to survive this. And Deborah is interested in taking it all, as she is sort of... Yep, as she sort of like talked about with the rest of the party, and it sounded like everyone was in agreement. No one really seemed to disagree with that. So, after about to depart from the caverns, the elder wished to show you the food source. These mushrooms that grew on the floor, on the walls. Meanwhile, Talas, you've been doing some investigation of the mushroom source and found it to be a little suspicious, as the mushrooms themselves seem to have egg-like properties, which made Talas a little unsettled, a little nervous of what you guys were actually consuming. Deep in the mushroom caverns of the food source, you saw that some of the mushrooms themselves appeared to be different, a little more infected. The colors themselves, a little discoloration. It was at that moment that that discolored mushrooms hatched into its own fungus-like creature that you had to face off against. After killing the creature, you noticed the wall itself was being eaten away by the fungus. And investigating further, discovered essentially that the fungus that you were eating were eggs of this mushroom-like race, where this mad mushroom ruler wished retribution and seek justice for the murder of their offspring, essentially. After, I believe it was was it Vulcan, or I think it was Vulcan who began to like stomp around on the mushrooms at that point in time.
He was stepping on the eggies.
He was stepping on the eggies,
Stepping on them eggies.
which then enraged the mushroom beast. And you have just fought this in combat, emerging victorious. As thanks, the Elder of the Memory and Elder Olab has given you a plentiful supply of food, of the mushrooms. We'll now look for other ways to continue to mass produce and reproduce these mushrooms, and has invited you into the Order of Memory at any time that you wish to seek food or sustenance or shelter. The Elder was willing to go ahead and essentially invite you in whenever you needed that. So that is where we left things off. You have just finished a full rest, and I believe you are going to head back to the surface. Is that correct? Because it's been a few days, hopefully to be granted entry into the walled settlement. Does that sound about right?
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
Then I shall take you all to the village of the cowards. Make sure to give yourselves a long rest. As you peek out from the hidden caverns underneath the tent, you arrive back in the village of the cowards. Arriving back here, you kind of look around. People seem to have a little bit of pep in their step, a little bit of gusto.
Why?
That's for you to discover for yourself, but there is something, an unfamiliar gleam in their eye. Hope seems to fill these people.
Ah, yes. Drugs.
Finally, meth.
I know that look anywhere.
So, that's the one thing that you notice. I will make sure everyone's got a long rest. I'm going to go ahead and put everyone's hit points back to full. Bam, 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 bam. All right. So, as you look around and go underneath the tent, returning back, what do you all do?
I'm just gonna stand outside of the tent and look around and see if anything looks different other than people being happy. Are they like fed or like something happened to the camp?
I would say with a brief, with a simple investigation, you would see that they still look very gaunt. They don't appear to be fed, but they seem to be motivated.
Suspicious elephant squint.
Why are they happy?
But you're an elephant.
Yeah, that's why I elephant squinted.
Oh, I heard elven.
Vulcan screams at the top of their lungs. Why are they happy?
Why don't you ask some of them then?
Fine. You.
Huh?
Who's the nearest person?
It's this person right over. You notice this individual over here. He's walking with a smile on his face.
Why are you smiling?
Huh? What? Am I not allowed to? I'm sorry. Is there a rule against being happy? And he looks around nervously, very confused by the question you've just given him.
Tell me why, or I will strip that smile from you.
He falls back a little bit, startled at that point. Go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
He's got a point, you know. With a 16, the man urinates himself before he backs up a little bit. He's like, I don't understand the question. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend. He holds his hand up in a cowardice stance.
Logan will lift him off the ground by his shirt. Why are you smiling?
He looks around like, are you talking about the visit from the Seer, the Horn Seer? Yesterday, the Horn Seer visited. Were you not there for that?
Logan will take a long sniff. Clean yourself up, man. Throw him on the floor.
He reeks of urine as his body just collapses to the floor from you tossing him down. He slowly tries to get himself back up, backing up in a very fearful way.
Elder, some kind of seer is visiting.
I believe he said they already visited. You must keep your big elephant ears open, dear.
I couldn't focus, he stank of piss.
So you're more like, see this dick.
But perhaps we should speak with the Minotaur and the other
Do you
elephant
even know
man.
what a dick is?
Nope.
Why are you like this?
The man, soaked in piss, will then begin to continue to back away a little bit to clean themselves off. And their one pair of clothes that you have now made them soil. Congratulations. You've effectively ruined this man's life.
You feel better about
Make him piss. He pissed of his own volition.
True.
That's true.
Shouldn't have pissed so much. Damn.
Why'd you piss? All right. As always, you are free to do whatever you'd like. Feel free to ask questions, move over. Yeah, do whatever you want.
Are we going to the gate then?
Yeah, are we going into Horny Town now?
Well, let's go speak with the ones in charge instead of the poor people.
We are also poor.
As you all walk up, a smile is visibly seen at the Horned Guardian's face. Once again, seeing the memoraths of honor in battle. He will hold his hoof out and say, "Battle, brother!"
I'll give him a meaty clasp.
Yeah, that's right. Motherfucker. He clasps onto your hoof, giving you a nod, and says, "I have good news, brother. I have told of your exploits to the Horn Seer, and he is quite interested in you. And as mentioned upon your arrival, for me to bring him forth, so that you may be invited into the gates." He has a sort of like like a jovial expression on his face, like this is the best news anyone should have ever heard.
Nodders.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Looks like we have our entry.
He nods. Deborah, give me an insight check.
1 insight check coming up.
Thank you. Excellent. With a 5, there's no more there's nothing I could really give you at this point. I would say Deborah of the group would probably be the most insightful when it comes to reading people's faces, expressions, perhaps what they...
Apparently not.
Yeah, apparently not. That is correct. Yeah.
Well, where is this Seer? When can we see her?
Lamau.
Oh, I hate it. The Horn Guardian will look over to Deborah and nod and says, I'll need to go inside. Don't mind the big fellow over here. He'll keep watch and protection. He's not much of a talker though. Kind of like pat him on, like, I don't know, like pat him on like on this like lower end of his back. Minotaur kind of gives a huff before staring forward again, clearly unamused by the interaction that is about to happen. And yeah,
Nodders.
you will see that the Horn Guardian, with 3 heavy pounds against the door, you'll see over the wall 2 more Minotaurs look down. Before they give a nod, the door will slowly open up for one entity to go through. And as he walks through, he waits, looks forward with a smile on his face. The door will then close behind him. He waits to ensure that no one else tries to get in. So, as you all are out here, is there anything else you'd like to do? Or would you like to fast forward while you wait for the Horn Guardian to appear?
Teles is gonna like walk right up to the Minotaur and look up at him.
Excuse me, sir, is your piercing real?
He looks down over at you. He says nothing. He looks down at you for a moment and then looks forward.
Is it real gold, or like were you born with it? Is that a thing? Because I've seen like a lot of Minotaurs with that. Because I've seen like 5, and like 3 out of the 5 had that same piercing. I just want to know if you guys are like born with it, or you all just have the same fashion sense.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a wisdom saving throw. Yes, he remains stalwart as he stands forward, not annoyed by this young child.
I'm just saying, like with them, like they were like dark colored Minotaurs, so it was like a pop and it was cool. But I'm just saying, like, you're all like a golden color already. You should have gone with like a dark black color for it, or like a silver. That would have done a way better job of giving you like a pop of jewelry. But now it just kind of looks gaudy. And she walks away.
He once
Well
again.
said, child.
He once again gives
Mock
a huff.
will check over his shoulder, and then his other shoulder.
Okay.
Can I roll a perception check for who asked?
Oh,
Me, I
God.
asked.
You
Mia.
definitely wouldn't be alive if you were by yourself.
God, I hope I wouldn't be.
Oh my gosh.
When's that tornado getting there?
God, soon I hope.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to do, or do you wait for the Horned Guardian to...
Can I challenge the Memorath to a respectful arm wrestling match?
Oh, well, the Mammorath has went inside. Are you talking about the Minotaur?
Yes.
You may go ahead and give a intimidation or persuasion check, but as you've seen from the little space potato, trying to bring a lively conversation to these parts, He does not seem interested in rivalry or conversation.
Well, maybe he's just bored.
Just call him
Does he
weak,
have
dude.
hoof toes?
Does he have hoof toes? Yes. Like cow hoof toes? Like yeah, absolutely.
The age-old question: do they have toes?
I'd say
do they
cow
have
hoof
hooves? Or do
toes.
they
Toes
have
and
toes
hooves
with
are two
hooves?
different things, bro.
Well, I'll leave it up to you. Yes, they are hoof. They are hoofs.
So they're not tiny little toes with hooves on the end.
No. No, absolutely not. They are two
Deja vu.
sizable hoofs.
Thank God.
What weapon does he have, by the way? Does he like have a weapon on his back?
Let me think about that.
You gonna arm wrestle him, Whoops?
No, he has no weapon.
Nah.
He has no weapon. Ooh. Kick his ass.
Nah. He's not worth the time.
We'll wait.
All right. After some time passes, once again the door will open. Lightly, just it'll open a little bit, as you will see the Horned Guardian walk over with a smile on his face. He will say, "Friends, are you hungry?" Again, with this expression on his face, as if he's as he's giving you a great reward, a great present.
No.
No, not really.
I mean, I could eat.
No, I could eat too. I don't know what you're talking about.
He tilts his head a little bit. Usually the typical response to anyone when asked, "Are you hungry?" is yes. That's a redundant question. Surprised that 3 of your party members don't seem to be, and they will then reiterate again. Well, you have been invited into a lovely dinner by the Horn Seer. And I
But
am
why?
to guide you there.
Mo will turn, or thinking about Mo's toes now. God damn it!
God
Mock
damn
will
it.
turn back with a wriggly eyebrows, very interested in this dinner.
I reality peer this dinner.
Okay.
Everyone's dead.
Ooh.
I nat 20 reality peer.
Doesn't mean anything, but all right. So your
But
reality,
it's green.
but I know it's green.
It's green. It's a different color.
So you are reality peering into the future, not necessarily what is the result of the dinner.
Yeah, I know.
You're looking forward into the future. See what a potential reality. Skies darken
Maka.
as you see. Oh, this is the reality. Sorry, this is the reality. Not right now. The skies darken. As you...
Tornado's coming.
Whoops.
Sorry.
What about Whoops?
This is awful. I'm in hell. I'm in hell, right? I'm in actual hell. Okay.
This is a hellscape.
I know. God, you guys are great. That's a talent. That's amazing. All right. So, Geth.
That's me.
As you peer into a reality, whether it be your own or an alternate version, you will see a house made of masonry and stone, building, kind of like a on a plantation, almost Romanesque in nature in our own culture to compare to. There, a very elderly Minotaur stands, hunched over, and as he looks up, the clouds darken as you hear the rumble of thunder. As it begins to rain. Something that does not happen in the Hellscape. Something that none of you have witnessed. But have, I would say, have heard about through great, powerful magics from seers and the like. As the elderly Minotaur looks up into the sky, and the rains begin to go down. You will see his face dampen from the rain. But it doesn't dampen from water. It dampens from blood. And then a smile falls over the elder Minotaur's face. Your reality peer has ended.
Gross.
We may need to talk about something.
We for dinner?
What? Why?
Oh, you know, my foresight.
Your what?
My foresight. Come on down here.
Now the Horde Guardian is just confused because you have been invited into the walls, offered a wonderful dinner to meet one of the greatest people, and you're just some individuals seem to be walking away.
We'll be right
I'll
back.
be right back.
He'll look
He
over.
looks like he's enlightened or some shit. We just kind of deal with it.
He looks over at Mock with
I
a.
apologize. My friends are very shy, and they've never been to a dinner party.
Well, don't take too long. The Seer is not like to be kept waiting.
Yes, I know I would like to see her, but my friends, you see.
Shrug.
He'll begrudgingly
Thanks for this.
nod.
What is it?
I saw us go to this party, and the Seer made it rain blood.
That's awesome! Whose blood was it?
I don't know, but blood was dripping on his face and he smiled.
When you?
Well,
I don't know.
it's metal as fuck.
It may be a trap. And it also may not.
Well, I mean, your foresight is wrong about 98% of the time, so.
That's not true. Last time we went down, we found one of those things taking lights away. We potentially
Okay.
saved all of their lives.
That was the 2%.
Okay, whatever you say.
Blood party!
It's at this
I'm
point.
gonna,
Shadow Boy.
I'm gonna hide behind this tent and touch myself with invisibility.
Oh,
Good thing you kept that sentence going.
I'm gonna hide this tent and jack off.
It's a touch spell.
okay.
Hey, man.
Hey, you do you. All right.
I'm invisible now.
You are now
Good.
invisible. We go ahead and get you the invisibility icon. As the four of you now walk up, you will see the Horned Guardian look over to you and says, "All right, are you ready?"
Yes.
He looks forward
Party down!
As he
Woo!
as he slowly begins to count. Where's your friend?
Huh?
Mock will spin around.
The one that was bathed in the black flame. Where are they?
Oh, I know. He doesn't even eat.
I don't know.
Is it just going to be the four of you then?
I guess so.
Mock actually doesn't know that he's there.
Yeah, it's at this point you'll just see him kind of blink a little bit and he'll be in thought for a moment before he shrugs and says, "Hope the Seer's okay with this. Very well then. This way." He will walk up to the door and give a knock. 1, 2, 3. And the door, again, you will see the two Minotaurs over the wall peer over before they open the door. As the door opens, you peek inside to see what appears to be probably the most civilized thing that you've seen in your travels in the Hellscape. The Horned Guardian will walk in. Do the rest of you follow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm in there.
I'm
going
in.
in.
I'm in there. All right.
All
I
right.
just want to say that in character, none of the four of us know that Geth is actually still following us, and we were just like, "Nah, I'll leave him. He's fine. Bye.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, yeah.
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 It's fine."
Excellent. All right.
He has his mushroom egg stuff.
I'm hungry. Delicious. Okay. Whoopea.
I mean,
All
Geth's
right.
an adult, right?
Yeah.
I'm infinite.
Yeah.
So you,
Geth is both a child and an adult. That is correct.
yeah, so you can do whatever you want.
And an elder.
Smoke this big doobie.
And I also weigh 400 pounds.
Yeah. You're dense.
But he's a thick boy.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's all in my abs, though.
All right. Loading in.
Jesus Christ, that music scared me.
I know. I like to jump scare you.
Are you scaredy cat?
No, I just
You scaredy weirdy baby.
sudden sounds alert me, and I get. Ugh.
Goober gabber child?
Dude, why do you think I'm on Do Not Disturb? Discord like sound calls scare me sometimes.
That's fair.
Pussy.
Oh. Oh.
He's not wrong.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You just kick Strippin?
No?
No, he called me.
Oh.
Bitch, I said that's why I'm on Do Not Disturb, so I don't hear it.
Test it.
I bet you have 900, like 99 plus alerts too.
No, actually, I have 0 alerts. I don't like seeing the alert icon on my
Oh, I got,
Discord.
like- I got about 3,000 alerts.
I have 0.
Should I leave servers if they ping me more than once a day? And I can't get rid of the notifications?
Every single time I join a new server, I instantly put it on.
It's the
do not
fucking
disturb thing.
everyone's that are like the pings though, so I don't check them.
You can turn those off with privacy
Yeah.
settings
Thank
and
God.
whatnot. Notification settings.
So, as you walk in, you will see that the Minotaurs that have been peering over the wall are actually gargantuan-sized Minotaurs that have been opening the door.
Wow.
As you continue to walk in through the area, looking around, as far as society and civilizations go, you see what seems to be a rather organized state of affairs, with Minotaurs and Bemoraths guarding the areas. There are a few Astari, as well as Aurorans, that walk and navigate around the area. They seem to be living a very quiet life. Nothing exciting or bustling. As you look over to the left and right, there you see fields of what I can only describe as fields of like a crimson grain that a majority of the population seems to be currently working towards, with Minotaurs keeping guard of everyone there. This is what seems to be where the food source is, this strange grain, it would be fair to assume. The Horned Guardian, Ochi, continues to walk forward, smiling and proud of this great accomplishment. He turns over, says, "Welcome to the Jewel of the Wasteland," and then gives a hearty chuckle, waiting for you to be impressed.
What kind of jewel?
Huh?
Like, you know, like a red one, like a green one? What kind?
He looks around. He shrugs. "Red one."
Looks pretty red to me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What are these? Mock's gonna point at these big statues.
He walks over. As you look over at the statues, they actually appear to be, upon closer inspection, Memoraths, decorated in full plate
Pog.
armor. Each of the statues appear to look as a different Memorath. He chuckles a little bit and he says, "These are what's his ancestors, right? That's the one behind you. These are our ancestors, the ones that gave birth to this great and glorious place. This city, this settlement, was our just reward for a glorious battle, well earned. A war and victory, well fought." Then he looks over to you.
He is
sure
nodding in appreciation.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Seer will tell you more upon the dinner. It is a great and glorious tale.
Mako will look over at Vulcan and do like the, we're gonna be one of those one day. We should get those.
Vulcan nods enthusiastically without exchanging a word.
The Horned Guardian continues to move forward, believing that you all are fine there. Geth, what are you doing? Are you still following behind?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll assume that you're gonna still be with the party. But let me know if that ever changes, if you wish to like go in a different
Adventure.
direction. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just trailing at the moment.
So as the Horned Guardian continues to walk, he'll look over at you all.
So what are some things that you've eaten upon your travels?
What have we eaten?
I've
Good
eaten
berries.
some dirt.
Dirt. Good berries would be something to give you a temporary sustenance. Ash fruit is typically a fruit, is typically a food that you would have to find and harvest on your own. I think you probably would have attempted catoblepas.
I ate my brother.
Cicadas.
Your brother at that point. Have you
I was still in the womb.
Maggots, sometimes if you're lucky, you'll occasionally find maggots over in the Cancerous lands, where you probably found this little one over here. People are unsure what the maggots actually are. Some theorize that it may be the like very early on eggs of the Cosmodites.
They ate my siblings off my eggshell.
And yeah, so those are the more common foods that you've probably eaten.
Eating catoblepas?
Yeah, you I think you would have tried it. The thing with the catoblepas, this is such a hard fucking word to say. The catoblepas is that they are extremely stinky. They have, and because of that, it taints the meat. So you may have found a dead one and have been able to successfully harvest it. But the problem with that is any attempt you've made to cook it, it literally would have tasted as if the meat itself was just completely soaked in like a strong rotten vinegar. It makes you just, ugh. It would have made you gag at that point. Yep, because they are very stinky creatures. The catoblepas.
What you're saying is I can turn into one of those and I can just clear a room because of how my BO.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. If you're able to
Tried a
change.
catoblepas once. It was not good. Not good.
He looks over and he's like,
Oh, you haven't eaten it right then, my friend.
Oh.
It's been a long while since I've had a real meal.
You're going to fill your belly whether you're hungry or not. Come. I've got quite a surprise for you.
Oh, I thought he was going to say with cum.
It vaguely sounded like a
Delicious.
threat.
I misheard.
Are you coming?
Is a check.
I need
Hold
you
my
all to come
grandma's
right now.
hand.
as he continues to walk forward. All right. He'll take you through the streets of them, where buildings themselves are made of the ash wood. The structure of the buildings themselves are probably weak because the wood to make any sort of building would be pretty weak. The trees themselves are old and brittle, and usually do not stand, are not able to withstand a lot of weight, unless using some special treatment between the combination of specific red dust and clay and some water that is tapped from within the underground to sort of solidify and fortify buildings and houses so they can actually hold up stuff. Horned Guardian will continue. to move forward, and that's what you see. The general demeanor of the people, for those that are interested, just the individuals living their life, but their bellies are full. They do not appear to be anywhere near as gaunt as the individuals outside Settlement of Cowards.
So do we know like what people have to do to get in here?
No, actually, I don't think anyone's asked about that.
I'll ask him about that.
Yeah. He looks over.
You have to be born here, of course. Very rarely will we take outsiders to live their days here. You're expected to follow a certain number of rules. You need to work at the fields, of course, that's a given. Every family is expected to reproduce to a minimum of 4 offspring so that the village can continue to thrive. Every once in a while, an outsider may be permitted.
And then he'll look over at you with a smirk. Like a hinting smirk.
Oh, mostly inbred then.
Oh, God.
What does inbred mean?
What does inbred mean?
He looks over at you.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
He squints.
As he continues to walk forward.
I'll have to ask the Seer of the strange word.
So,
Inbred.
how'd you get so many Minotaurs to work together?
He looks over at them and he says,
The Minotaurs. They're an ally to the Order of the Horn. They fought bravely with our ancestors. Some say that the Seer has actually witnessed the birth of the settlement. It was originally part of the Old War. The Minotaurs serve us valiantly and bravely. They are honorable creatures.
He seems to speak down upon these rather large creatures. Something suspicious about that. That these essentially tall creatures are willing to just serve those that are like half their size.
I was gonna say, like, can we insight check that maybe?
Absolutely.
Would we know anything about like the nature of Minotaurs? Like, is it common for them to tribe up like this?
So,
I imagine they're too big and they fight over food, right?
Well, I will tell you typically that any Minotaur that you find are rare creatures within the Hellscape to begin with. Any that you would have found would have fought savagely with beast-like ferocity. They are not nearly as civilized as the Minotaur that you see within this village. Your insight of 10 does not suspect any deceit from the Horn Guardian. So it is fair to say within your travels, a village of civilized Minotaur, all of which seem to be standing quiet and silently. It seems to be unusual. But to him, it just, the Minotaur have always been here, always protected us. You know, they've always been they've always been our allies.
They respect us. Fellow brethren of battle.
And he'll continue to walk forward. Before you continue to walk forward, is there anything else that you guys would like to do, say, or ask?
I'm gonna obedient Granny.
As we're walking past all those,
for now,
the Mamoraths and the Astari, did they look happy or like normal, or was anything weird about them?
They just appear to be living life, nothing like jovial or happy, but you're free to make an insight check to learn more about them if you'd like. But as far as face value goes, it's weird, right? Because they actually seem well fed, but their spirits themselves seem to be vacant or empty. Investigation works as well, as you kind of like look around, gathering at the people. These people don't seem to... If there's one thing I could probably describe in their face, they've given up. Their options in life, from what you've gathered, is to live in servitude so that you can actually have a roof over your head, have creatures to protect you and defend you. You're well fed and you get to live your life, but at the same time, your life has no meaning. You're born, you serve, And then, when you are no longer able to serve, you die. Your entire life has been planned before you from the day you were born to the day that you die. And that, I think, after getting into such a routine, no matter how comfortable, when you know nothing else of the outside world itself except what you're told is leave the walls, you're gonna die anyways. Yeah, it's essentially just it's a shitty existence, and they're living it.
There's no motivation to
exactly
do anything.
When you're literally told there's a hellscape outside the wall and you won't survive without us, and that's all you know at that point in time, it's very hard to feel any other emotion than just living your life day to day. Probably makes sense as to why people have left this place, just to take a chance, take a risk outside.
And then just ended up walking straight back and sitting outside.
Yeah. Well, it literally is. They walk outside, see that there's nothing there, will either try to get back inside, which they wouldn't be allowed to, or they go into the only safe thing that they believe is a sanctuary, which is the outside the walls. And that's why they're called the Village of Cowards, essentially. So, yeah, that seems to be the meanwhile.
Makes sense.
Meanwhile, the Mammoths themselves seem to be jovial and happy. Definitely a mood shift, as you can tell from the Horned Guardian himself. Excited and happy. Typically bored, but his life seems to have some sort of fulfillment or meaning. So, unless you guys are doing anything else, forward. As you continue,
I would wanna.
Yes.
I would wanna hide while approaching the Seer.
Okay. You wanna do a hide check?
Well, I'm invisible.
But you said
so
you wanna hide? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, like behind like cover or something.
Okay. I will. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I'll let you know when I would ask you to do that hide check.
Okay.
So, you continue to walk north into another layer of walls, and there you see a farm of cattle. As you look over past the stone fences walking forward, you see the cattle plows just sort of like roaming and walking around, almost compared to as if this was an area of cows. So many cattle plows together within this outside area as Minotaurs continue to guard. The one thing that seems to be not unnerving, but different that you would expect when you see a herd of this is the smell. These cattle plows do not have any.
Weird.
They look intently.
The Horned Guardian smiles, chuckling a little bit.
What's wrong with them?
He grins as he walks up to you.
We've bred the smell from them. Their glands have been removed
Impossible.
with surgical precision.
Designer camels.
Tell me, have you ever had a rich meal of meat? Cattle ploss meat itself is extremely delicate and delicious once you figure out how to remove the stench.
I don't think I've had it, no.
No.
Well, that is what
But I
you'll all,
would very much like to try.
well, that is what you'll all be having tonight with the Seer. You're very, very lucky, my friends.
Ho, ho, ho.
I don't. What's funny?
And he just looks forward, continuing to chuckle, very, very excited to show you what this world has to offer. He kind of like, Deborah, you kind of notice that his demeanor is kind of that of someone who has lived a better, who believes they've lived a better life than you, and they're just so excited to show you what a better life can be. And it's just, it is not in a friendly demeanor, but almost kind of feels like well, I mean, demeaning a little bit. he's getting enjoyment out of the fact that he believes he's providing you something that you would normally not experience.
Yeah.
He's got that shmoney.
He got that blank.
Talas, I see you're looking over at one of the cattle claws.
Yeah, she's trying to like, come here.
Come here, cow.
I wonder what they eat.
Come here, cow. They normally just rot, honestly. They don't really eat anything. They consume whatever it could be, whether it be rocks, dirt, old roots from the dead trees of the Nova Hellscape. But these guys seem to be extremely healthy from what you've seen. So they're definitely eating something.
I'll feed him some dead grass with druid craft or something.
He walks up, the creature walks up to you with its dead-like face, almost like a hulking camel zombie. Although you know better that the individual is not dead, but instead a wandering creature where the cattle claws, the skin from their face is peeled inside out. Because the skulls of their horns, as well as their face, just just kind of like gaunts out of the flesh and skin of the cattle claws. Horrific looking creatures, but sometimes but can be docile if trained correctly. If not trained, can be very violent.
He's adorable.
He'll begin to chew at the dead grass.
I'll like put some on the ground and I'm gonna pat his like fleshy skull while he eats.
You see a sort of like purple like mist come out of its mouth, as it kind of the aroma like kind of like goes up to your underneath your mask. It's still a very faint stench, kind of like somewhat
like a baby fart.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay,
Like
I'm
babies
down for
have
that.
really stinky farts. It's like a baby fart.
It's like a little baby fart. I wouldn't describe it that way, but you know, if that helps to illustrate that, it's almost like a humid breath, just kind of, just kind of like falls over your face a little bit.
Dude, I have to stand next to Mamorass all day. I'm sure I've gotten this at one point or another.
Come, my friends. You're in for a real surprise.
As he continues to walk forward.
Okay, bye-bye, puppy.
Puppy.
Bye-bye, puppy.
All right. At this point, I will ask. Geth, go ahead and give me that hide check right now. You so at an advantage, obviously. All right. I will give you, or sorry, stealth. I get my 3.5 and my 5e mixed up. All right.
No problem.
You've rolled a 16. Okay. Anything else you guys do before you walk over into the dining area? It is at this point, by the way, yeah, as you walk forward, you kind of see what I described to Geth, sort of like this Romanesque-like building. A plantation that's overseen the cattle bloss stables. As you were invited inside by the Horned Guardian. You go inside the dining area.
Yeah. I'm going in.
I want to eat in Horny Town tonight, baby.
As you walk in, you're graced with a stone table. The floor itself is adorned with the pelts of the cattle ploss, probably a lot that has been slain and slaughtered over the past years. These seem to have been here for quite some time. As pillars adorn the room, the walls, you can kind of, the site itself kind of like shows as the building elevates a little bit, allowing you to peek a little over the wall to see the people working in the fields and the cattle plows stables that are there. The Horned Guardian invites you over to the pelts, where he asks you to sit.
The Seer will be here momentarily.
I sit.
Sit.
He gives a nod at that point. He will stand over at the side and chuckle a little bit.
I have been asked to be here to ensure a good dinner, but I have a good feeling of you, of all of you. You're persuasive and honorable and good at heart.
Still thinking back to the suggestion spell that was influenced him. All he knows is of your good nature and of your persuasive being.
Old people
I'm a
noises.
being of chaos and destruction.
Yeah, we're like the furthest thing from Hawaii
Very
at this point.
trustworthy. Nodders.
Oh, he believes otherwise because of that suggestion.
Yeah, well, we're just off of a murder high.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
All right. A large old Minotaur walks over in this corner with gentle eyes.
Damn, he big.
Horns that kind of go down and curve a little bit, giving a small huff before he walks forward.
So, you are the individuals that have...
Oh, hold on one second. What is, Sorry, I just need to do one thing quick. Vulcan, do you sit over at the table? Did Vulcan go
Oh,
ahead?
yes, yeah.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I part my ass. Boink.
The Seer walks in, mentions.
So you're the ones I've heard so much about from my Horn Guardian.
His body.
So you're the ones we've heard so little about from literally everyone.
His body will heave down and kind of like crash down into the ground. A small smile forms on his face, looking at Talas.
Of course, you would not know much of me. From what I understand, you're all outsiders. Tell me, what brings you to our humble settlement?
Well, we just sort of wander in random directions and find food and kill things and eat them.
Vulcan's got his arms folded, he's nodding at everything. You know what I'm saying?
Drugs.
This is true.
We had not heard of this city until a few days ago. It's only by coincidence that you were in our path.
It seems you have been very fortuitous. I hope you do not mind if we have a conversation, an inquiry, if you will, before we dine. We have a cottleplace that has been recently butchered. We will be happily serving its meat to you. But I have a curiosity.
We'll then look over to the Horn Guardian. Kind of whistle him over a little bit. Kind of hear like a small whistle. The Horn Guardian will nod in servitude. Something that you do not really see within mammoth rats. As he walks up, standing proud. He looks over at you.
It seems this individual believes you all to be honorable and should be denizens within the city, or at least honored visitors.
And then he looks back over to the Horn Guardian.
Tell me, what have the outsiders done to earn your trust so readily?
Ah! He chuckles to himself.
Well, just look at them. These are
Vulcan puffs his chest out.
These are warriors and diplomats filled with honor. They survived the wastelands and then have arrived over here in happenstance. They have grand fortitude. Their spirits are high. I, in some ways, admire them.
I'm a baby.
He looks over with a smile. The Horn Seer will look over to the Mammorath and then look over to you four as a silence will fall over the room.
While it is true that I see seasoned and veteran travelers, hunters, and warriors, I don't notice anything special of you. And
You are quite old. Your eyes may be failing you. Puffs his chest out again.
He looks back.
I'll allow your oversight.
It is at that point he'll stand up a little bit, kind of like overshadowing the table, looking at the four of you.
I will give you one chance. How did you persuade my guardian to allow you entry into these doors?
And he'll stare forward at you.
I literally don't know what he's talking about at this point. I'm just like,
Oh, we're awesome. Falcon just shrugs and goes, greatness, recognize greatness?
Yeah. The Horned Guardian also seems to be confused at this as he's looking around, kind of looking forward at the Seer.
I can see that you're no fool. It was I that had enchanted him.
A smirk will go over his face.
I figured that we were either dealing with shysters or very, very adequate magisters.
He'll sit back down. The Horned Guardian seems to be especially confused at this point.
You could return to your station.
Seer will point over to the corner. The Horned Guardian hesitates a little bit before he walks over. Quietly. Dejected, defeated. Seer will look over at Deborah.
We have dealt with magisters before, with wily enchantments. Not one has made it this far with the act of a charmed spell.
And to look over at you for to allow you to respond.
Very usually I do the talking when my Mammorath brethren allow me to. And typically they do the smashing. My little potato here keeps our morale high, and we've been at it for quite a while now.
It seems that you are naturally born survivors. But I am most impressed with your magical whims. You see...
And he, at this point, stands up as he motions the Mammorath over again. The
I thought he was going to be like, I'm most impressed with that one, and just points a fucking shovel.
monk ass.
You see the Horned Guardian walk over a little dejected to like stand at him as the Seer will remove his donned helmet from his head. The Mammorath allows this, which is very surprising to you, Vulcan and Mach, as it almost seems to be a submissive stance of nature, as his head will bow down to let the helmet be removed.
Vulcan will stand up in shock and outrage.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just raise
his
a
napkin
brow.
falls from his fucking armor.
Surprised he even had a napkin there in the first place.
Like a little bib.
Please, it was no fault of his. Anyone would have been susceptible to my whims.
That is not what I am doing here. You see,
And he drops the helmet
I'm
down to
some
the ground.
fucking pride man.
No, Muck. He's not one of ours.
As you
Damn
yell,
right.
as you yell at him, the Horn Guardian continues to look down. The sound of the helmet will drop onto the cobblestone floor. He'll continue to look down as you see the large fingers of the Seer sort of begin to pat at the head of the Horn Guardian of the Mammorath.
all of our gate guardians are given a spell, a mind fortress, if you will. Prevent tricksters like yourselves to entryway with their charms and their magics. It is exceptionally difficult to charm our guardians into allowing you into the front door. And that is why we have protocols in place to prevent such a thing from happening. And yet you broke this one's mind so easily, even with my own mental protections.
And you'll kind of see like his both hands and his fingers will sort of like begin to like massage the skull a little bit of the Mammorath. The Mammorath will continue to look down.
I am most impressed with you, ma'am.
He'll say over to Deborah.
Thank you. I did detect this fortification. I assumed it was some form of his magical helmet.
It is within the minds of our guardians. As I said, I am impressed with you. This one, I am not.
And then you will begin to see his hands squeeze around the his skull cavity. As his fingers will begin to dig into his head, and the palm of his hands will begin to squeeze at his skull, as you begin to hear the sounds of cracking of the skull and the neck. The Mammorath begins to gasp in pain as he begins to struggle and convulse, trying to hold on to these giant hands of the Seer.
Wedgie, mommy.
You will continue to do that. Does anyone stop, as this will take a little bit of time?
One down.
One down.
Yeah.
This is gonna duck
Yeah.
under the table to avoid the blood rain.
This is not very like surprising.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn my AC.
Mammorath culture is just like you fuck up. And, yeah.
Yeah.
That's your job,
It's
man.
Just whatever, dude. When's the
You
food
fucked
coming?
up.
So as the as his skull begins to crunch and compact, the Mammorath will let out one final scream before you just hear the impact sounds of the brain matter, the skull fragments, and his head just is completely impacted in. Blood will spray over at this table as his body will then just fall limp.
Gross.
Icky yucky.
Well, me. Death was right.
Geth's right. Who is Geth?
Maybe that's what he saw.
Yeah.
Must be.
Wait, I just got back. I heard my name. What did I miss?
You'll see.
We're raining blood right now. So
You'll see.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. That's
Yeah,
the
you-
guess, right?
Vulcan said Geth was right. Well, me.
yeah. You'll just see the blood. Will just kind of spray back onto the Seer. The Seer's hands. He'll just kind of like shake it as if you were like trying to dry your hands after washing them. Just kind of like shaking your hands back and forth. Before the Seer clears his throat a little bit and just walks back to the table, sitting back down.
I apologize for that unfortunate business, but he failed in his job.
Oh, we get it.
I figured you would, being the hardened survivors that you are. So, now that you are within our walls, are you interested in our city? Any questions you may have about our society? You were intruders, but now you shall be honored guests.
What's with the Minotaurs?
They actually belong to my tribe. The Order of the Horn is composed of Minotaurs from my tribe and the conquered Mammorath.
Vulcan doesn't like that tongue. Not one bit.
We let the Mammoraths talk, and we even let them believe that they were victorious in their war here, and that the Minotaur are now honored, subjugated individuals. But that is all part of the mental fortress we give them. We provide them with the happy illusion that they won the old war. But it is a war that we keep fighting every day by keeping our Mammoraths, and he motions over to the dead body, subjugated. He will specifically look forward over to Mock and Vulcan at what he says.
Why are you telling us this?
Well, in short, I am running out of time. And I believe I'm looking for individuals of your talents to assist me in a matter that is most important. You see, even though I am a seer and a leader of the Order of the Tribe, I don't rule it alone. I am sided with a Grand Seer that seems to want to take our settlement in a different direction than to the order and traditions that we have grown comfortable with these past decades. And I'm currently seeking powerful allies like yourself. I find it fortuitous that you come at such a time. So, I'd like to ask you, now that you're here, what is your goals, your objectives? Were you simply seeking shelter, food, or something more?
We follow our curiosity, and this town is a place we have never seen before. It's that simple.
Curiosities ill afford individuals of this wasteland. The fact that you're able to explore such curiosities fascinates me.
You able to do that when you strong as fuck?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
As Vulcan would always say, you able to do that as long as you're strong as fuck.
Nice line. Good line, good line, good line.
I got your names mixed up again, I think.
Yeah, Vulcan and Mog. I mean, they're brothers. It happens.
It's one of them. They all look the same to me.
We both say it. We've forgotten at this point who said it first, but it's our mantra.
Yeah. When you're strong as fuck. Well, as you see before you, they'll kind of walk over to like the open walls and the windows. Our society is a just one, a simple and civilized one. We maintain the peace, the order. The Minotaurs and the Mammoraths protect these lands and the people from within. And in exchange, they serve us well fed. It is a life that is rather luxurious in our eyes. But my Grand Seer seems to have a different. You see, I'll lean over at the table. Our order works. There are those that continue to serve. What more and more people seem to have in their minds. That a life out there, outside the wall, may be more fulfilling than the stability we offer behind these walls. So, the Grand Seer believes a change needs to happen. And that is where there is a difference of opinions and a difference of options between us. And he'll just kind of like look forward to you guys at that point.
Oh, to clarify, you are enlisting the help of people who survive and thrive. He looks at Muck. Outside of this place. To keep people inside this place.
I'm afraid we might be too late for that, he'll say.
And also you subjugate Mammoraths, and now you ask for their help.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
He smiles a little bit. These orders of Mammoraths have been defeated a long time ago.
You're no stranger to weak Mammorath tribes.
Well, consider these tribes especially. I mean not to insult you or your tribes, as it seems very clear to me that you are the strong. Does Vulcan and Mock respond? How does Vulcan and Mock respond to that?
I mean, it's like, yeah.
I mean, it's fact. I'm gonna acknowledge fact, but real acknowledge real, man. But I'm not very happy with this guy, and he also sounds like a contradicting fool.
I'm excited that he sounds easily owned. I'll put it that way.
He'll puff his chest a little bit. Say, so
what then?
It's not a matter of keeping these in line. I do agree with the Grand Seer that a change needs to happen. But there is a difference of opinion. Would you be interested to know? He'll kind of get up and begin walking over to the windows again. How we are to have such a plentiful food source.
I'd be interested to try the food first, he says to Mac.
Turns around. What? Looking forward. These lands are soaked and bathed in the centuries of wars we had with the Mammorath tribes of this area. Blood seems to have enriched the soil here in some way.
allowing for the growth of what we call the blood wheat. Using an ancient magical ritual only known to the Minotaur, we were able to use these blood-soaked soils and create this plentiful food source. However, now with people continuing to flee from us, our food sources are also beginning to run dry. Our survival may be in risk over the next few years.
Why don't you just kill people that want to leave to feed the soil?
He nods. That is what I wish to do. We have a plentiful amount of people that seem to be perfect for this blood ritual. And then he points out to outside of the walls.
Blood ritual.
We need to not only cast those people out in the village of cowards, we need them slaughtered and killed. But for that, I am looking for more capable warriors who will be able to handle the task. As I fear their numbers are starting to... What's the word for outnumber? Is there another word for outnumber?
Overpopulate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. Their numbers may overpower us. So having capable warriors on our side may be possible, but may be plentiful. And yet, the Grand Seer wishes to do something else, something unorthodox. He wishes to bring the people in, believing that he has found a food source.
But isn't it so tiring to jump from food source to food source?
It is. Very much. But you must understand our tradition as proud Minotaur. We have lived spilling the blood of others. And now our Grand Seer has begun to show weakness in our resolve. These people are meant to be subjugated. They are not our allies. They are our slaves.
Where is this Grand Seer you keep speaking of?
He will, trying to think the layout of this room. The Grand Seer currently resides within the obelisk. Surely you must have seen it when you walked through the streets. I did give a description at the beginning of the campaign of a floating diamond-like obelisk over in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
He currently resides there with a stranger.
So did he mention the new food source that he found, or no?
He believes he has found a source of power. He only called it, the only name he gave was Black Star. This is, I must admit, unfamiliar to me.
It's poison.
He looks over to you, to Vulcan. What?
Kills everybody.
It...
Right?
You know of this source, the Black Star?
anything named something sounding so ominous is probably evil.
Didn't Geth say that the Black Star is like what mutated some stuff we fought before?
Who is this Geth that you keep mentioning?
I don't know, some dude who ditched us. What the fuck?
He was going to follow us in here, but he saw a vision and I think he got scared. But he is a being.
He doesn't even need food.
Yes, he's made of the Black Star. We don't really understand it ourselves.
I would be curious to meet this Geth.
Boy, if only he were here right now.
But there are more important issues. While the Grand Seer has granted an audience to a stranger, a Azure Astari. Essentially
Fuck you.
an Azure Astari.
Sorry. God damn it, Summer. It's getting really hard to have you in all my games. Christ.
Has
I'm
given.
not saying anything.
I know,
Fuck
I know. Anyways, yeah. Has given that completely threw me off. Has given audience to an Azure Astari.
He seems to be rather entranced with his words. The power of a black star. The power of infinite sources. To never be hungry again. We need not rely on these foreign magics and these foreign beliefs. But instead, we need to continue with what made our settlement strong. And that is the blood of traitors, the blood of our enemies, so that we may continue to survive. And I would ask you to join. He looks over. He'll look over to you, and he's just like, that would surely be suicide.
Why?
The obelisk is well guarded.
By what?
By the Seers and his guardians. The Minotaurs
So get
that follow
stronger.
him.
Get stronger, forehead.
Stronger.
Surely that mission would be perilous and dangerous.
I apologize, but out in the wastes, they have no one to disagree with them.
True. But we're never wrong.
True.
We're wrong.
Yes.
He'll think to himself. Before looking forward again.
What if you were to do it?
Well, that might cost you a pretty penny, my friend.
To be honest, I thought that's what you were assuming the whole time.
Tell us more about this Grand Seer and his guardians.
I hadn't even thought of that.
He'll think to himself again. The DM will also process this information.
I was not expecting me to just murder hobo as a suggestion to every single situation.
No. I love it. I absolutely love it. So at
I
this,
have a taste for blood.
the seer will continue. Will
The mission itself would be extremely challenging. With the Grand Seer out of the way, we won't even have to worry about his... And I will then take over as Grand Seer.
The strong will lead.
The tradition will remain alive. And then we can finally abandon this nonsense of the Black Star and the words that the Azure Astari spews. This seems promising.
It just makes sense to me.
Very well then.
If this above board, just to party, if we're planning on overthrowing the city and taking it for ourselves, maybe having this guy go kill himself against the Grand Seer would be a really good idea. Just saying.
I was just thinking like we kill the Seer and then we're like, we're the strongest, we're in charge. What's up?
Yeah, that.
Or we could just do like, hey, we killed the Grand Seer. This guy's like, oh, I trust you guys now. You're great. And while he trusts us, we just like meh in the back.
We make this deal, and then we go to the Grand Seer. We're like, he's trying to kill you, and he hired us. You want us to kill him?
I was thinking originally that we should just kill this guy right now and then go to the Grand Seer with what he was planning, and then get close to him. Because you wouldn't want to show up empty-handed.
I think all of those would work, but I think the Grand Seer would immediately try to kill us if we killed this guy right now.
Well, let me ask.
Keeping this dude's trust, then going to kill the Grand Seer, then stabbing this guy in the back once he trusts us is the best.
That's probably the best option, yeah.
Are there any young, ripe mammoths that are still loyal to you?
There are. And Minotaurs that are loyal as well. However, if what you propose is to work, you would have to go at it alone. I would be able to get you into the obelisk easily and let you know what is inside so that you may prepare yourself as you ventured forth to kill the Grand Seer. But if you were to fail, then you must simply be intruders and enemies of the Horn. If any of mine...
Yes, it can't get back to you. We know. We're not our first rodeo.
Are you not allowed inside the obelisk?
I am allowed, yes. But again, if this were to fail, it's exactly as your friend said. It can't come back to me.
Perhaps you could get us hired as cooks. The easiest way to kill a man is to poison him.
The constitution of a Minotaur is very sturdy. It would be extremely challenging to poison it. Otherwise, I probably would have done so already. At the same time, he hasn't left the obelisk in quite some time. If you're interested in killing the Grand Seer, I can bring you in, I can get you into the obelisk. It is of course dangerous and filled with the loyalists of the Grand Seer, but it may give you the edge that you need to do the job you're...
Vulcan at this time will be silent, knowing that typically the Elder's decision is final.
Oh. Is that Deborah?
Elder?
Well, I do want to slay this man, but we must do it in the smartest way that we can come up with. For if we run in there swinging, as I know you want to, we will die.
Talk reward. We'll kill him. What do we get?
You will of course be rulers of this society.
No.
Oh.
We will,
Or, sorry, my brain just slipped right out and died.
Sizzle, crunch,
Yeah.
pop.
Yeah, my brain just died for a minute. Sorry.
I would become Grand Seer, and I would be happy to adopt the four of you as seers of this society. It will come with great power and great comfort. You'll never have to worry about food again.
But I don't see shit.
he looks outside.
Alessa will like pull off her mask and be like, "Look at these eyes. What do you think I see?"
he'll look outside and then look over at the table, and he'll be like, the food will be arriving shortly.
You know what I see? I see the destruction of the universe with these eyes.
He'll blink a little bit over to Lass.
She puts her mask back on.
That's what he'll offer. He'll says you could become seers under my command. You'll be able to rule over the society any way that you see fit.
Yes,
as long
but
as
do
it
you
follows
have
the order of
anything
traditions.
that you can give us now to help us in our task? Anything practical or tangible?
You need assistance with armaments?
Always.
Yes.
I can provide you with such things if you so desire.
And so, what the Seer will offer for you all is that you will hold on one second. The Seers will be able to provide you with any mundane item that you so wish, whether it be weapons or armor. If you're looking for things like full plate or anything of that nature, he can provide it. He would also be able to provide it in an obsidian style of it, which effectively counts as +1, as +1 magical weapons and armor at that point. He could also provide you with some magical items, particularly cloaks, that can give you a +1 to armor as well as a +1 to +1 to AC, as well as a +1 to spell saving throw DCs.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a question about the Obsidian Arc.
This is great. This Geth won't get one.
So,
Except for
Obsidian
you,
armor
Faye.
is just like their version of heavy armor, right?
Yeah, it's heavy armor, but other.
+1, right?
Sorry, yeah. Essentially, it functions as a +1 magical bonus to weapons and armor.
Okay, I need to know if it counts as metal.
Oh, because of your druid nature?
I'm a druid, yes.
Yeah, the obsidian would count as metal.
Fuck.
As the Minotaurs itself, you will actually see on the crushed body over here of the Bimarath that he was wearing obsidian armor. So for you, a magical cloak may suffice.
Yeah, I'll take the cloak.
I'm all gonna look down at his like armor and stuff and be like, guess I could do with an upgrade.
We will happily provide you with the armor of our guardian.
I'd like a shield. Do you have any shields?
You will not. A +1 shield would be provided to you, made of obsidian.
Ooh.
Great swords.
He'll nod.
And Geth will drop concentration on invisibility and say,
Oh my god.
how nice.
What?
The Seer will be surprised by this.
Geth, there you are.
Hello.
I hate you.
Why?
Fuck you.
I'm
I
intelligent.
thought we were finally done with you.
Vulcan will
Oh, no.
gesture
Welcome
to
back.
Geth and look towards the Seer. This is our companion, Geth.
Maybe in a different reality I'd be gone.
He looks over at Geth.
Where did you come from? What are you?
And he'll lean
I'm me. Or us.
We're not sure.
So this is the one you called Geth.
Yes.
You seem to speak of this individual very highly.
We are Geth.
He'll look over to everyone and look over to Geth, looking back at the four of you.
He's very odd.
Crazy.
You'll
He's
get
good.
used to it.
But he
Oh,
is
not
your,
we. Us.
But he is your ally.
Yes,
Yes.
he is our friend.
Very well then. So,
And then he'll go over to you all and just try and just like ask like,
is there anything I need to Do you want to explain to him, or should I?
Explain what?
So at that point, he will take a deep breath.
We will catch him up, don't worry.
I was here the whole time.
He shakes his head a little bit, looking over at you.
I see.
And then he begins to look around a little bit to see if there's any other hidden people behind the pillars or anywhere around like that. And then looks forward and says, well,
I don't need to explain any further. We can provide you with the armaments needed to penetrate the obelisk.
Or is to make it so I don't get penetrated.
Excuse me?
What?
then he just looks forward again, as if that
is what you want to do, I could at least make it so that the mission itself would not be so suicidal.
Yes, I like the sounds of not suicide.
Yeah.
Did you say my name?
What?
I thought I heard the little one say Geth, or was
No,
it
I
just
said
Yesh?
yeah. What the fuck?
I thought I heard Geth too. I was a little confused.
Oh my god.
The Seer gives a smile as he stands forward, clasping his hands together.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It is so great to see traditionalists from the outside who seek knowledge as well as power. You will all rule as kings once the Grand Seer has been overthrown.
I'm technically already ruling as a king.
He'll look over at Geth and then look back to everyone.
What is he?
He likes to play pretend in his mind.
He speaks in tongues.
I see.
Not in this reality, but in another, I am either dead, or alive, or a king. Maybe even a queen.
The Seer
In another reality, you'd be outside these walls.
The Seer seems very confused by this happenstance and says,
I suppose the theory is true.
We generally just nod.
That's why we're telling you that that Black Star shit is nutty. He's like hyped up on it.
Wait, he's a Black Star?
looks back at Geth.
No.
I don't know.
And looks back at, to last, and then he'll shake his head and say,
if he is a trusted member of your tribe, then I will allow it.
a smile will go over the Seer's face.
This revolution will be remembered for the ages. And I was happy to, and I'm extremely overcome with joy that I was able to bring you all together for one goal and one purpose. I shall lead you all well once the Grand Seer has been killed.
Might I ask, before we conclude, how does the Order of the Memory involve themselves in all of this?
The Order of the what?
Ah, you don't even know.
He looks over at Deborah inquisitively.
Is this another Geth thing?
No, there is something far more real going on, just a short while away from this city. Some of the Astari form together underground, calling themselves the Order of the Memory. They hide from this city, not wanting to be with the cowards, but to create their own way. I had been planning on, perhaps, using them in some way. Perhaps we can use them as a distraction, so that the Grand Seer may be distracted by them.
He sits down for a moment, looking over at Deborah.
Tell me more of this civilization, this society.
about we eat first?
He'll look over
A good point, brother.
So, at that point, he'll nod. As you will see, a couple of starved Astari, each of them decorated with an iron helmet with an amethyst inscribed within the helmet. The helmet itself, it has it's almost like a pot, like a visor that closes over the face. They walk in chains as they present plates of this sort of like purplish meat, like slabs of like these purplish ribeyes in front of everyone. The smell itself does not seem to be horrendous, as you can smell the iron and the blood of the meat itself. The Seer gives a smile and says, "This is from our own private stock of cattle claws. We have since removed and bred their stench glands to allow the meat to be more flavorful. Enjoy."
Don't worry, I'll recycle this one.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm gonna eat its body. It's dead.
My god.
I'm gonna absorb it.
Okay.
Guess moment.
So, just as a friendly reminder that it does count as cannibalism if you do start to absorb the corpses of bodies that may have an ill effect to you. That effect is unknown.
Can I do a check to see if he's diseased or something?
You're free to do that, sure. If you'd like to go ahead and make a medicine check. You cannot tell from this individual, but trying to dissolve a body into yourself, you're uncertain of the negative side effects that it may have.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Oh, okay. Then.
Grandma, I don't like Geth anymore.
I'm basically like a garburator.
We never liked Geth.
Oh, good point.
Unless the Seer tries to stop me or something.
The Seer doesn't even know who you are at this point, so he doesn't
Vulcan acts
stop
like
you.
nothing is going on. He's just eating.
Yeah.
Dude, you're like a fucking dark matter engine. We don't know what the fuck you're doing.
You've seen how I've eaten before. I could have just put it on myself and
Right,
everything.
it's like
turns
we're
to
the
dust.
Teletubbies and you're Nunu, and we just don't get you.
After some time, you begin to see that the body begins to evaporate away into Geth. Geth, you have been fed and fulfilled enough that you do not need sustenance for another week. As the corpse itself seems to dissolve away as dark matter, as this dark matter begins to eat away at the corpse of the body. As the rest of you continue to eat the cataplos steaks and begin to cut them and eat them up at that point. It's very juicy, kind of a little tangy. It's got a sour taste to it, but it's not nearly as overpowering as when you attempt to eat the attempted to eat the cataplos from before, kind of consuming that food at that point.
It's the first time we've had meat in a while, right?
Oh, this is probably the first time you've had meat prepared in this fashion, like ever, more than likely.
It's happy.
Yeah.
Bro, does the Seer even care that I literally just absorbed one of his minions?
Oh, the Seer was watching you just inquisitively of what you were doing, and after he vanished, he looks forward and he'll just say, "Fascinating." He'll continue to eat a few slabs of the meat as well. And as you continue to eat at the meat, you'll look back over at Deborah. How organized is this Order of the Memory?
I wouldn't want to share all that much information about them, assuming our plans go a little sideways here.
I love that you dangled the carrot, dude.
He'll look over to you. God damn it, this fucking asshole. The Seer will think to himself. And he'll look over and say,
well, what if we could use them in some way? Are they antagonistic towards us?
Oh, absolutely. And we have earned their loyalty.
the Seer will stand up and begin to think to himself.
I know you don't wish to give any information, but...
And he'll turn over to Deborah.
What if we use their antagonistic nature? If we were to fight them, who do you believe would win?
You would definitely defeat them. For you have Minotaurs on your side. Mammoraths, you're well fed. They have procured a food source, but they're nothing compared to this city.
I'm back. Did you do the cannibalism?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Say
fed
the
for a whole
body.
week.
I put in the Nova Hellscape chat. That's fucking my reaction to this shit.
I'm your dad, technically. You have to respect me.
You're not my
another
dad.
reality, I'm your dad, so
True.
He cracked a cold one.
In another reality, I am Cosmikara.
The Seer will begin to think to himself and hold up a finger as if he just came to an idea.
Obviously, you're free to keep your information to yourself. Are these allies of yours? I assume not if you're bringing them up to me.
Not quite. We did just meet them. They're a means to the end.
But they sound like they can become a nuisance.
Oh yes, that's what I was saying is we throw them in the right spot at the right time. Have the defenses of the obelisk lowered.
The Seer will stare off into the wall, thinking to himself, before he looks to you and says,
I have an idea. What if we use them to lower the defenses of the obelisk?
Wow, where did you come up with
What?
that idea?
and he'll walk over to the table, sitting back down.
A genius.
He's one of those guys I see.
Celeste just blinks.
Or you see, this would allow us to eliminate 2 enemies. And then, once I become Grand Seer, and you, my proper Seers, this will allow us to rule, uninterrupted and unimpeded by individuals. They can overthrow us or stop us. What do you think?
We should even include those in the coward's camp. Let the gate open, lead them in the right direction, and fuel this ground with blood once more.
His eyes open up wide.
In the worst case of scenarios, it would be a bloodbath. But the ground would be bathed with blood, and the tradition can continue.
Grandma, I'm gonna lose my shit here in a second.
What's wrong, my dearie?
I just, you know, you're creative genius. I'm just gonna shut up.
You gonna eat that?
Just sit back, my little potato, and watch
I'm
them all
trying real
die.
hard not to say something right now, Grandma. I'm sitting back in a meeting.
Sandwich.
He'll, nod over at you all.
The perfect storm. We would still need people to serve, though. I suppose we could let them get the aggression out of their system. They're probably hungry and rampant. Fighting the men would be a bloodbath, but just may be able to satisfy everything in one fell swoop.
Cowards, they will surrender.
Only the weak.
Oh wait,
And then Summer died.
Summer, are you still there? Oh,
She left
helps.
DC.
Summer's gone. Oh no.
Her power actually might have went out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, what was the last thing Summer said?
I'm not
And
gonna
so-
spoke over her, which was hilarious.
The last
because it
thing
was, like,
Summer said was,
probably
"I'm
important.
gonna shut up and eat my food."
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just making sure the last thing Summer would say was like help tornado and then like vanish. Like I really just didn't want that to be like the last thing she said, and I missed it.
Help! Help! Tornado!
help! Help! Oh God, I really
No help.
No, she's back. She's back. I see. She just popped up in there. I'm waiting for her to come back in VC. Summer, are you okay? Did the tornado come?
Tornadoes aren't stopping me from playing D&D.
My
You on
God.
your phone?
She's on her phone in the fucking basement. Oh my God, Summer, you are insane.
The tornado ain't stopping me, bitch.
Jesus.
I remember that
Christ.
one day where Criken went to the bathroom of a bar.
Yeah,
I
to go
remember
on
that.
some-
he was out drinking with friends, and he needed to do a cameo appearance, so he went out into the street and just called on
Oh
his
my
phone.
God.
If you hear heavy panting in the mic, it's my dog on my lap. It's not me.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna,
is.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna assume it's you.
Well, at this point, the Seer will let out a hearty chuckle before looking back at Deborah.
It seems you're a brilliant magister as well as a well-planned tactician. Absolutely brilliant. I understand
Why else would
you
you think Mammorath would be following her around?
I understand why you all have survived for so long. It is your elder's wit.
Well, it's mostly Morganite.
Yes, I used to want to talk things out and avoid conflict, but blood finds a way.
Indeed it does.
Blood
So-
finds a healthy way into my existence.
As so the tradition dictates. Very well, then. I shall offer you residence here, and from there we shall plan this assault onto the obelisk, where you all will handle the Great Seer. And after this battle is won, we will all emerge victorious.
Are there
Leaders
any-
of a new age.
Are there any other of us?
He looks back at Geth.
What?
Of us? And he'll point at himself.
Your kind. You're the first I've ever seen.
Yes.
And then he responds again.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything within the obelisk or out here. You're the only one I've seen of your kind.
Disappointing.
Have you seen any other of my egglings?
They've probably been eaten.
They don't leave the walls. They won't have seen anything.
Like we said, we would have eaten you.
He looks over at you again, Talas, and then just tilts his head.
I thought you were an Auroran child.
Hell no.
Poor Summer. And then
I'm doing my best.
no, you're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing absolutely wonderful.
You're doing okay.
Do you want me to do her voice without the voice changer? Because then it just comes out as a woo and really angry.
I mean that actually is what I feel like Talas is,
Pretty accurate,
honestly.
yeah.
It's pretty accurate.
Ooh. That's my little ooh baby anime girl.
And so the Seer at that point will stand up and say,
Allow me to offer you residence while we continue to plan this. I shall keep your identities as well as your presence here a secret. You will be well fed. And soon, you will penetrate the obelisk, slay the Grand Seer, and bring forth our tradition. A new age. A new direction.
Oh, wait, hold on. Not a new age. As we continue the tradition. Or a new chapter. I like that, yeah.
A new chapter in our tradition.
A revival of the old ways forged in the blood of our adversaries.
He smiles.
Precisely.
The old ways can be the new ways.
And at that point, Seer will get up and invite you to stay within this residence. You all have gained access to the residence itself, allowing you an ability to full rest, as well as eat. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before the dinner ends?
Hey,
Where do we get our armor?
That's a good question.
I shall begin work on it right away.
I also have another question. When eggs were violently being smashed around me when I was born, these people talked about meth and it sounded really yummy. Do you have any meth?
I'm unfamiliar with this food. I'm sorry.
Fuck!
However, I will see if we can discover the origins of this meth for anyone that may visit our society.
There's a chance.
There's a chance. All right. So if that is all, I think that is where we will end today's session. So
that's all they would say in front of him.
Right. So to wrap up, and of course we'll do this next session as well for secrecy and everything. So your objective is you wish to go into the obelisk and slay the Grand Seer, or is there another plan that you guys have in mind?
That sounds about it.
Path of least resistance towards taking control of all this for ourselves.
To Grand Seer, so that we can get the Grand Seer alone and have an audience and or maybe kill. We haven't decided.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
pretty much.
But you will be going in the obelisk. That is your plan?
We would like to visit the Grand Seer.
Okay.
And then I can touch the Black Star again and become a demigod.
Again. I am a demigod. I am also not a demigod. All right, then. Well, then that is the direction that you guys will be going towards. This is wild. You guys will be going towards the obelisk. And yeah, where you will be given an audience, whether he wants to or not, to the Grand Seer. So for the people that you've met so far, you have an interest to use the citizens from the village of cowards. Is that correct?
Sorry, what was the question? Yes, we're using the cowardly people and the memory people.
From the village of cowards, the people outside of the village of cowards. Do you wish to use them in some way?
They are a potential tool to be used, and as are everyone we've met along this path thus far.
Okay, so including the Order of Memory.
Yeah, they are the cannon fodder, and I'm sure the Order of the Memory guy could relate to the cowards and organize them.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. Is there anything else that you'd want to set up before you invaded the obelisk? Like, would you want to go outside to speak to the leader of the memory, or is there anything else that you'd want to do before going to the obelisk? I can message him. Oh, you can message him. You can message him.
Yeah, we have message.
That is true. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure I don't skip any steps, so that you guys are doing exactly everything you want to do with your plan.
We would definitely be contacting them in some way.
Okay.
I don't know. We could gather any information on the inside of the obelisk, so we're a little bit more prepared before we just run in blind.
How would you like to gather that information?
Chaboy here said that he was in there, so he knows it. Like just a very basic, like where would the Seer most likely be? Who guards his room? How many guards? Is there another way in? That kind of.
So essentially, you would talk to the Seer to try and figure out, like, you know, either you have a general understanding of a map or general direction of what's in the obelisk. Are you only using the Seer as a resource, or would there be something else that you would like to try and do as well?
I would like my boy Geth to reality peer.
For another day. Okay, so we do reality peer. All right, that's fine. And then anything else besides reality peer or talk to the Seer?
I think that's it.
Oh. Also, hi, I'm back because I called bullshit.
On what?
Because they had the sirens go off and all that shit, and then I looked at like the weather, and it's so far away from us right now. Why are they setting off the fucking sirens?
Because they're normally like
because it's a tornado, Summer.
Yeah, they're normally
I live in Tornado Alley.
Miles wide, and they travel very fast.
Yeah.
It's fucking. It started to head in the other direction. Fuck that shit.
How do you even know that? Did you just eyeball the window? Like, what are you doing?
No, I turned on the fucking weather app.
Warning.
I turned on the fucking weather app.
Summer, be careful, okay?
I'm fine.
Just keep an eye out. That's all I'm saying. You do you, but just keep an eye out. I hate to.
Tornadoes is a regular thing this time of year. It's fine.
I know.
Just look out the window and be like, I think it's going the other way. I'm gonna go play D&D.
Yeah, don't fucking do that, please. Okay, all right then. So that I have your objective there. So the next session, it sounds like next session we're doing a reality peer. Gonna be sending some messages, and then potentially going inside the obelisk itself. Sound good with everyone?
Some messages.
Sounds good.
Well, I mean, you said you were sending the message, like message spell.
Oh, that messages. Yeah.
I like how I got the monk ass from the guy who said he was gonna send the message. TM, don't assume what I'm gonna do. Okay, perfect. Well, then that ends today's session. Did you guys have fun today? Good session today?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you have fun?
Yes, I did. My brain started.
I had fun.
we just kept throwing you curveballs while you're all fatigued.
Well, no. I
go this way, DM.
What if we just kill that NPC? What if we kill that one too?
Well, that's I have literally zero issue with curveballs or like whatever direction you guys want to go. But I have to admit, like, I don't know why I didn't think it was like, oh, we'll just go and kill him. He's like, what? It's like, yeah.
Sometimes you just need players that are playing very low intelligence, giant, burly men.
You
Why
also
just kill him?
You know,
Wait, what?
Because yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's just literally just like even the DM's like, yeah, wait a minute, what?
Well, I realized in like session 2 that the one bond we had was chaotic violence, and I guess if I was gonna speak for people, that's what I gotta speak.
You rallied us. You're the prominent chaotic violence instigator.
Well, I was sitting there. I was like, okay, these two Mammoths don't give a shit. There's a child and then a child adult. Yeah. Like no one cares.
I mean, we're both technically child adults.
Yeah. I don't know when I was created.
Look, IO's always been about the story being written by your actions and what the hell you guys want to do. So that is, for me, that's kind of what this session was anyways. It was meant to be a dinner, but also to figure out like, hey, so what are you guys doing? Like, what is your objective? When you're presented with things like what would you do? Because I left it open, especially concerning the fact that, you know, you guys were already doing the double, triple, quadruple cross anyways, so I'm already like kind of playing it.
Yeah, we're pretty much we're deep in the triple cross now. We might be going for the quad cross, but we haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
And I learned my party loves to hate me.
I don't hate you.
Yes. Also, here, look, I'm safe. Okay, I'm safe. I just got the alert that the final warning in my area has expired. It's still tornado watch, though.
Summer, are we still?
I'm fine.
Summer, are we still going on about this? Like, we get it. It's fine. Whatever.
It's fine. I'm gonna die. It's whatever. It's cool.
So yeah, I mean,
I'm safe.
But I mean, like, IO campaigns are literally written by the players. That's how I've always wanted to be. I mean, fuck it. What Whoops and Summer will tell you, their campaign has literally turned to two of them trying to become gods now. I mean, literally, this is just This is just how
I will
shit
not
gets
rest
written.
until Sachi is a goddess.
I am the void bringer. I'm going to be constantly bullied in the god life by Sachi.
So I mean, that's literally it. Yeah. So
you both know that I already killed a god once before, so this is not an issue for me.
So yeah, I think for me it's more just like trying to like process a little faster because yeah, my brain is a little fried right now. So, but as long as you guys are having fun, I'm this is great. I'm loving it. I love curveballs. I like seeing what's going on because I want you guys writing the story. It's not about whatever story I want to write. I'm just here's the sandbox. You guys have fun with it, you know. So, but good. I'm glad you guys had fun. If you had fun, I had fun, and that's all I really fucking care about.
I had fun.
Wicked.
Yeah. I think I saw some fan art. Let me go ahead and double check to see if we got fan art.
This guy's really stupid though, and Vulcan will enjoy killing him.
Yeah, no, the Seer was meant to be a little more of an aloof character. The story's kind of more of a tragedy because of the situations that are currently happening right now behind the walls. There's a reason why this individual is not the Grand Seer, but unfortunately, he's making some interesting calls.
He was like, I'm so glad I brought you all together with a shared vision. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? We're
gonna stab you.
Our vision is always shared.
Yeah.
You are the outsider here.
I just love that he kept repeating Deborah's ideas until last was like, wait, I'm gonna punch this dude if he steals one more of my grandma's ideas.
Oh my gosh. Yo, Summer, I finally saw your, I didn't realize you updated. Oh, it's so good. I can't wait to show that off. I think we're gonna show that off. Oh, son of a bitch. All right, I have to, okay, I'm gonna show.
You can show off our finished character art too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus, that's right. I totally forgot you submitted that and I need to make new tokens. Let me, because this shit was nice. Who did that? Okay. Yo, I like this a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and make your new tokens. Okay. I'm assuming you want your tokens to be this new art, correct?
Yeah. I haven't even seen it.
Oh, you haven't. Yep. It's in the. Oh, okay. We'll start with that then. First of all, yeah. Let me go ahead and show.
Yeah, it's in the Hellscape chat. Whoops.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's check out this new art. I'm gonna make sure the tokens get done as well.
Lovely.
Please remind me next week if I don't have your token art to get your new token art.
That was by Mariah Art on Twitter.
Oh, you got Mariah? She's so good.
Yeah, I was gonna say the quality is great. I haven't showed it yet, chat. I'm about to turn it on. I do. Show it. Look, I'm trying, guys. Give me a minute. Well, because you guys, we were talking about it like we were looking at it, and I was like, it's not on the screen yet. It's not on the screen yet. Yeah, look at this, man. This is really fucking good. Holy shit. I might have to commission. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this
pretty
is
pog.
So fucking pog. I absolutely love it. Oh, it's so cool. Oh man, I love it.
I like that he made himself a unicorn with his broken tusk.
Hey, wait a minute. Oh shit, I just noticed that. Yo, that's like, so wait, is it that Vulcan is using his tusk, his broken tusk as part of the helmet?
As a spike in the helmet.
Oh, that's sick, dude. I really like that. Summer has been drawing all of their characters in D&D.
I know. My friend did that for me because I talked about these 4 characters and I was like, Elise would be the babysitter of those 2, but then also he's terrified of Cicely, so he just pointed her with a gun like, get away, bitch.
Oh my god, it's so good. Yeah, this is all of Summer's characters in Aya currently. It really is World of Summer. By the way, someone drew fan art literally called World of Summer. I was literally just World of Summer. Oh my gosh. Summer, I think, has the most.
It's either me or Joe Fudge.
Well, see, Joe's got Sterling, Al, and Egg. And
I have 3 despite only being in 1 campaign.
You do have 3. Yeah, Jesus Christ, that is true.
One of them's a god. One of them's an actual god.
Yeah. I mean, offline. Well, yeah, I mean, offline when you've been doing that, that's absolutely correct. But yeah, no, Summer managed to get 4 characters, and in literally phase 2 of IO. So good.
Right,
on
one
you,
of them
Summer.
wasn't my fault. So
these are little seals, apparently. You see, children, we're all gonna die soon. What the fuck?
Yeah, what?
oh, it's from the fishing experience.
Yes, I'm working on a fishing system for IO specifically. So one of our fan artists, BearBot, has been doing a bunch of fishing fan art, which I want to work on it coming up to right here. Here is the Nova Hellscape crew. Absolutely lovely.
Those characters just reminds me of like a lady version of.
Yeah, I love it.
Tommy from Dragon Ball.
So yeah, this is all the fishing fan art
Roshi.
of like desert fishing.
Yo,
I would absolutely have fishing in the Hellscape. I just don't know in what version. BearBot has made it so that it's like desert fishing. So here's all the things you get. Of course, Talas has caught an eel.
Oh fuck yeah, the eels return.
That's Jesus Christ. That's a big. Is that a big? That's like a moray eel. Yeah, that's a big old eel. I love.
Why am I getting eaten?
I love the way. Well, because you
deserve it.
You're catching it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat him from.
You're gonna eat your way out
from inside. Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
I love how BearBot draws Geth.
You're the bull character, dude.
Here we go. And one
Yeah,
second.
could someone even eat me?
Whoops is taking on all the sharks.
Give me them all.
And then yeah, I think this was the end. You see, children, we're going to die soon with the sand seals, because
Nice.
Grandma would absolutely talk her way out of fishing. All right. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much. We will continue next week with the overthrowing of a society.
Let's go! Overthrow the government!
I feel like with you going in the obelisk next session, that's really where we're gonna get the hardcore test, because that obelisk, if you guys are not prepared, if you not plan accordingly, will fucking kill you. So good luck. That's gonna be fun. That might be next week, maybe the finale. We'll see what happens. Yep. All right, thank you so much, guys. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
Later, y'all. Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah, see you.
All right, guys. Did you all enjoy yourself? Hope you all had a good day. Looking forward to the next party. Thank you guys so much for watching. Was great. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I saw you all just being like, yeah, this Steer's kind of a dumb fuck. And I'm like, yeah, he's a little old. He's a little demented. So I'm glad that was doing well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all watching today. Hopefully it was good. Like I said, mentally I'm a little out of it and exhausted from the move and everything like that. Or he could be counterplotting. Ooh, maybe. Yes, no, maybe so, perhaps. I don't know. I'm glad you guys had fun. I'm glad it's I knew today was gonna be an RP session, and with my brain being a shriveled raisin right now, I was very nervous about today's session. I'm glad you guys had fun. I'm glad you all enjoyed yourself. I hope and all continue to be well. Guys, there's our Patreon. Go ahead and support it. We've got MP3s, maps, game master notes. I think I'm going to include soon on the $20 tier a GM Q&A where those who are members of the $20 tier are able to ask me questions about DMing, and I would love to do like a monthly Q&A answer for aspiring GMs. So the $20 tier may be expanded quite a bit. For the $10 tier, I think I just want to upload maps more frequently and more often of what's being made. As far as art's concerned, I don't really release enough art. Just make it its own standalone tier, which is why I think we have a map/art tier specifically. But yeah, consider supporting the Patreon. The Patreon support is what keeps me afloat. It's what keeps the World of IO going. And yeah, appreciate everyone who supports our Patreon. Join us on our Discord, World of IO Discord. If you're a fan artist, you want to talk spoilers, you want to talk rules, you want to do XYZ, feel free to do so over there. And follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/BrettUltimus. If this is your I don't know why I said twitter.com. If this is your first motherfucker. Oh wait, I don't have that command yet. Oh boy, it's so fun with new computers. Anyways, if this is your first IO campaign you've watched, welcome. Head on over to youtube.com/World of IO and head on over there and see what the hubbub is all about. We've got playlists for all the campaigns. We also have a World of IO master playlist so that you can watch everything in chronological order. Absolutely a lot of fun. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate y'all very much. Thank you to everyone who subscribed today. I'll see you all tomorrow at 4 p.m. EST for the mainframe of Atlas. It'll be another RP session in a raid area. Yeah, in a raid area. Another fun. Should be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for your support. Love you all very much. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.